Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Young Sheldon. This is the 12th episode of the first season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So yesterday, Sheldon was looking into religion. He was playing D&D. His mum come in, seeing that he was playing with, demons and satanic rituals, and she decided to go around to the parents of Billa and obviously Tam, and basically was saying, do you really want your kids playing with this? Both of them turned around and was like, look mate, they're just kids, they're having fun, they're doing no harm to anything, it's just a board game. Well, no, she's having none of it. She got a pastor, the pastor in, they were speaking to him. He was like, look mate, the only book that he needs is the Holy Bible. Let's get him into Sunday school. So Sheldon's gone, he's give it a chance, even though obviously he was reluctant. He got him because he was saying, look mate, scientists, they do the research into everything before they say that something's not true. Do you know what I mean? And you've never really give religion a chance, so how can you say that it's not the right thing to do? And he was like, okay, you got me, I'll come. He's gone there, he's read the Bible. They started questioning different things. He's spoken to his mum about adventuring out into other different religions, read a lot of them and decided, you know what, none of these are for me, I'm going to create my own. So that was interesting, obviously, how they ended it. Billy was the only one in his kind of new religion at the end. But, his mum was saying she's going to do all that she can to get him back onto her side. So we know in the future that actually doesn't happen. But it's an interesting episode, and I like to see a lot more the religious side, because every time Mary was in the Big Bang Theory, she was always preaching about God, wasn't she? And we're not actually seeing it much, here in this show so far. So it's a good little mix-up, and I did enjoy it. Thanks for checking out today's episode, though. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Power has always been a deadly narcotic, and in 1989, Radio Shack's Tandy 1000 SL was my drug of choice. From adding snazzy graphics to my homework,
So snazzy.
to easily alphabetizing my list of enemies and their crimes.
We really need to get one of these.
What on earth do we need a computer for?
Yeah, we got you and your big head.
Can't afford a computer.
Sure we can. It's only $998, and Dave says we can buy it on easy monthly payments.
That's true.
Stay out of this, Dave. Come on, we gotta get home. Sheldon was going on and on about that thing today.
I've never seen one so easy to use.
You know that movie E.T.? The kid who finds him, his name is Elliot, which starts with an E and ends with a T. Coincidence? I don't think so.
You should get a job after school, save up and buy one.
Get a job, he's none.
I mowed lawns when I was his age, made pretty good money.
You want Sheldon to mow lawn.
I could buy it for him, and then y'all could pay me back when you can.
I could pay my own bills and take care of my family.
There are expenses we could cut back on so we could afford a computer.
You mean like the money you give the church?
No, I mean like the money you give to the Lone Star Beer Company.
Good one, Mom.
Where are you going?
To get a glass of milk. I'm guessing we're not having our once a week.
Sorry, I only have relations with gentlemen I like.
Oh, come on. You know how I feel about your mother meddling in our finances.
She wasn't meddling. She was offering to help. Been setting money aside the last couple of years, and this might be a good use for it.
Money from what?
Here and there. Bookkeeping for the church, some seamstress work, birthday money from my Aunt Zelda.
You see every nickel I'm making. You got secret money?
It's not secret, I just told you.
Where are you hiding it? Just so I'm clear, my money's our money, but your money's your money.
That's right.
That sounds about right in a
Good to know.
relationship.
I forgot to tell you, a girl called for you.
What girl?
I don't know, a girl.
Well, what'd she say?
It's hard to remember. This was months ago.
2 cases? You've got to be kidding me.
Don't worry, I didn't use your money. Use mine.
Pack a bag. We are going to Meemaw's.
Why?
Because your mom and dad need a break from each other.
I don't want to go to Meemaw's house. What if that girl calls back?
Fine, then stay here with your father. Sheldon and Missy, we are out of here in half an hour.
Remember that time when he took Amy into the roller shutters, and he was like, look mate, in this bag is every toothbrush I've ever owned. Do you know what I mean? He's not been able to throw it away. Wonder if he was eating spaghetti there with little hot dog sausages cut up into it. But it's interesting. I actually feel like that's the way. Like, I'm not saying it's the right way, but I literally feel like that's how it feels. That, like, George, his money's their money, and the mum, her money's her money. Like, I feel him. I get where he's coming from, honestly, I do. It's life though, isn't it? That's life. it's deemed in your head. It's deemed that like, you know, the husband provides for the family, but at the end of the day, you know, it's just 2024 to be honest, and it's just if you're in a family, it's everyone's money's each money. To be honest, I would love, said it before, but if I could be in a position to be a stay-at-home dad, I'm taking it all day, every day, 24/7. I'm not bothered. If I don't have to work and I could have a wife that's like earning a big doll, you know what I mean, a big dollar, and I just stay at home and look after the kids, that's the dream. Honestly, it really is. Because I always say it, you work to live, you don't live to work. So, you know, if the only time I had to work was looking after my family and being at home with them, then I'm living a great life. Do you know what I mean? But it must be tough being in a situation where, like, you are maybe living on your paycheck to paycheck, like he was saying, and it comes to a point where, like, you want to buy something and you can't afford it. You know, I'll always remember, and this is no disrespect to my parents, the best life that they could have given me, I know it, and I'm totally happy with how I've been brought up and everything that I've got. I've always gone on vacations, I've always had pretty much everything that I wanted over a little bit of time. But I remember when I always wanted an iPhone, like when they kind of first come out, and like they couldn't afford one, but they got me a touchscreen phone. So obviously not an iPhone, but like an Android, and I mean, still good. I had it for like 2 years, but like, do you know what I mean? And then eventually when they could, they got me one. And you know, it must be hard being in a position where you want to try and give your kids everything that they always like want, and like you just can't get there. Do you know what I mean? Just can't, you do your best, but you can't afford it. It must be hard.
Mom and Dad need a break. We don't know how long.
I ain't never getting married. Yeah, women are nothing but trouble.
The tiff between your mom and me will blow over. Don't make a big deal of it.
I'm not. I'm just saying I'm better suited to the single life.
Georgie, I'll bet you $1,000 you're married before you're 25.
You got to bet. I feel like I'm stealing your money.
Georgie married his first wife at 19. He never paid my father.
House smells like cigarettes.
So happy.
Sheldon, we've talked about this. You don't need to announce to people how things smell.
I can't believe Mom and Dad had a fight over beer. I don't think the fight was about beer. I think there was more subtext.
I don't want to get in your business, but since you're getting in my bed, I'm getting in your business. A little spat.
No, this was a long time coming. This goes to the very core of our relationship.
You gonna buy Sheldon that computer?
Well, now I have to.
Got it. You do know I still have an active love life.
Just go to sleep.
On this very bed.
Oh, Mom.
What's for breakfast?
Oh, Red Bull cereal.
Mom usually makes us eggs and toast and the occasional meat.
Well, Mom isn't here, is she?
You should go across the street and apologize.
As if I do, it sets a bad precedent.
What's Nixon got to do with it?
What?
You said bad president. Dad! Dad!
The thing is, though, like she was saying there, like as soon as he found out she had money, that he was intimidated because she could then live by herself. Like, do you know what I mean? On her own 2 feet, so to speak, then need his money. I don't think that was the context of it at all. I think he's literally saying, like, you know, every penny I get, I give to everyone. You know what I mean? I got nothing to hide. I got no secret stash. What's mine is yours. But what's yours is not mine, apparently. That's what I think he was trying to say in the context. It wasn't that you got money and you can live and I can't. It was just more like, why is it that when I make it, we all share it, and you make it, you hide it? And that was what he was getting at. It wasn't that she could be self-independent. Because if you look here right now, take the money out of it, he's not self-dependent, you know what I mean? He's used to getting up, his ass wiped, you know, coffee on the table, breakfast freshly made, feeling good, you know what I mean? He's here, facial hair growing, looks tired out his head, you know what I mean? Stressed, no food. So there's different contexts to who needs who and what, and she obviously gives a lot into the relationship. I just feel like the context of what he was trying to say, you know, it wasn't that bad. But you just got to apologise. You don't need it to be lingering on over a couple of days. It's somewhat minor. And like I said, she's going to buy Sheldon the PC, or, well, potentially. And if that's the case, then, yeah, the money become theirs. You know what I mean? It wasn't like hers to treat herself. She treated the family, which is all fine.
I hope you're happy.
Thank you, Georgie. That's very kind.
Mom and Dad are fighting because you want to get a stupid computer. I hate making my own lunch.
I'm sorry, Georgie. I didn't know.
Yeah? Well, now you do.
Oh, Sugar Apple, I love you so much. Your affection for inanimate objects frightens me.
You still want that computer?
I thought we couldn't afford it.
Don't you worry about that. Do you want it or not?
More than anything.
Where's the water come out of?
Well, seeing as that's the dryer, nowhere.
Oh, man, I'd give anything to be a rodeo clown. They make people happy, and they see the rodeo for free.
The home computer I had long coveted was finally in my possession.
I am Eliza.
My parents are fighting a lot. My dad says we can't afford it. Are you going to help me or not?
Hello, I am Eliza.
The future may be overrated.
Let's go with delicate to be safe. Nothing.
Damn
I
it.
bet it's a button that they just got to press
Wait,
to
I
turn
know
it
what to
start.
What?
Go across the street and apologize to Mom.
These home computers are amazing. I can start a real bookkeeping business with that thing.
Sheldon is using the computer right now to try and fix your marriage.
What did it say?
It said, get out of your mother's house. You should go back over there to pick up some clothes for the kids and be all cold and distant, so he has to apologize to you.
Smart.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's smart. I actually like that. It's really clever from her, actually. Do you know, he forced him to apologise. She'll probably say sorry when she sees how much of a disaster it is.
Oh, hello. Were you coming to talk to me?
Well, yeah. We'll go for a walk. Talk a little.
Hey, kids, come here. Your mom and dad are gonna be all right.
And this program will allow us to track our family finances, create a budget, and prepare tax documents.
Eliza, are you hot?
Your fantasies, am I hot?
Oh, yes.
Big money, big money. Yes!
Hello? Hello?
What? Nothing. Button you pull. That's stupid.
So is that all you had to do? Do you remember the mice? Like, it was on a cable. It had, like, the grey little ball. You could twist the bottom end. You could take the ball out. In school, everyone used to do it. And you go to the computer and it didn't work. I could never imagine a wired mouse nowadays. Like, who actually uses them? Like, I've got a... whatever this one is, but it's wireless. Like, and this one for the laptop, wireless as well. Like, I don't really care what brand it is, but, like, it's the fact that you could just move anywhere. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to be restricted to a location, wireless mouse pad and all that. It's well better. But, like, computers are mad, aren't they? If you think about it, it is proper revolutionary. If you look at that there, though, the graphics look shocking, don't they? But if you think about it back in the 80s or whenever this was, like, that's a hefty. Like, $1,000 is hefty, because nowadays you buy a MacBook, like the laptop, I don't know, 1,200 or something, 1,400. That's present day, 2024. So that's like 30 years ago. Do you know what I mean? So, like, that is big bucks to spend. And if you, well, to be honest, it's interesting because sometimes you spend money, it creates money, because you can look at it and think about it and how you can save. And like he was saying, his dad spends like 900 plus. If you convert that down, it's like $80 a month on beer, which I do think is quite a lot, to be honest. You know, if it was $80, it's like $260, $270 a day or something. That's a lot. Honestly, it actually is really a lot, especially in them times as well. In present monies, it's probably 100, 110 plus, which it's mad, you know. And if you are doing budgeting, cost cutting, and trying to live on a breadline, do you know what I mean? Like, that is something that you shouldn't actually be spending consistently. So, wonder if Sheldon can figure out anything, and maybe how they can, you know, progress up and buy more things. But yeah, that was pretty interesting, that to see. And you know, he got the computer in the end. I'd be excited to see them use it more as we go forward. Okay, that's gonna wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And you know, there in today's episode, you see the situation where families are obviously bickering about finances in terms of trying to provide something for their children. Do you know what I mean? And I give the example when I was younger, I asked for an iPhone when it first came out and stuff like that, and we couldn't afford it, and I got another touchscreen phone and it worked totally fine. And I know it wasn't an iPhone, but it was the best that we could have got, and I was happy with it, you know what I mean, until my mum and dad could afford it, and then they got me one. But like, it's mad, isn't it, you know, being in a position where you don't want to let your kids down. You know, sometimes kids just want a bike for Christmas or something like that, you know, for the birthday, and parents can't even afford that. And you know, it's hard knowing the feeling that you're potentially going to let them down, and you don't know as a child like how much stress and the situations that your parents go in, do you know what I mean, to try and get every nickel and dime so that you can get actually something that to you might seem so simple, but to them they've busted their ass off for a month to get, do you know what I mean? And when you add 3 kids in there as well, you got to provide for each one of them, especially food on the table as well, especially with today's society, do you know what I mean, how expensive like groceries is. It's absolutely ridiculous, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can literally go to the shop and, you know, you always hear the old school, get the bread and been there for bread and milk. And, mate, if you do bread, egg and milk, you know what I mean, if you do that in the UK, sometimes depending on the store that you go to, $10, get some bread, egg and milk. Like, what is that about? Honestly, it used to be like £5. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, everything's shot up in prices these days, taxed everything. It's so expensive, and you know, I'm hoping that I'm never going to be in a position where I can't provide my children with what they need, and hopefully I'm never in a situation where I'm stressing about finances, because it doesn't seem good, you know what I mean? Like I said, you work to live, you know what I mean? You don't want to live to go work every day so that you could just get the essentials for your family. And you know, it caused a little rift between them. She stayed away for a couple of days. He'd gone and apologised. That's all she wanted. You know, held hands, made up, and now they got the computer and they're all enjoying it. So ended up being a, you know, a happy ending at the end of the episode. Thanks for checking out today. So if you did enjoy it, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.